why I buy unbuildable lots, and you should do the same. If you clicked on this video, you're probably wondering what I mean by unbuildable lots and why would anybody want to buy one. Well, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about and why I buy unbuildable lots and how they make me a ton of money while doing it. If you've been subscribed to the channel, then you've probably seen a couple of the shorts or a couple of the videos where I talk about unbuildable lots that I've bought, and then I started building homes on them. Obviously, there's a process that you got to go through before you get to that point, but I'm going to deep dive a little bit into that today. So essentially, to kind of backtrack, just to give everyone the same update, I do have a wholesale operation, which is just a sales and marketing business. But because of that, we contact a lot of off-market properties. We talk to a lot of homeowners. It's a direct-to-seller business, right? So we see a lot of opportunities that way. But the first thing people always ask me is like, how can I even buy the land, or how do I get to see these opportunities? Well, there's a few different ways you can see them. For me, like I said, we have that wholesale operation. I do recommend a lot of people, if they don't have capital or credit or anything like that, it's one of the easiest ways to get in with little to nothing but hustle and grit. So if you got time, put the time into wholesaling. But if not, the next best thing you could do is actually partner with agents. Let agents know that you're looking to buy land, the criteria that you want to buy it in, and they can bring those opportunities to you. But basically, the best thing you want to do is become the real estate person in your network. So I always tell people, like, I'm in real estate, or I help people invest in real estate, and that kind of at least gives the leadway, like with family members, with friends. Like if something real estate pops up in their mind, I want them to think of me because they could potentially bring an opportunity. So there's plenty of ways you can kind of get the opportunity brought to you. But just to touch on the lots that I'm looking at right now, a lot of the stuff that we get is from other wholesalers or opportunities that we see in our wholesale business that are deemed unbuildable. And when I say unbuildable, it simply is that the size of the lot that I'm looking at no longer fits the current code today. So meaning I've kind of pulled up this piece of land on the GIS, which is, something that every state has in the US. And on that GIS, you can look at lot dimensions, you can look at lot factor, or like the topography. You can see the environmental, like if it's in a flood zone or anything like that. And you can, most importantly, see what the land is zoned. So the first thing I do when I look at land is I look at what's it zoned. There's really three main things you need to have, which when looking at land, it's zoning, or it's access, compliance, and utilities. You need those three things to do anything with it, because there are a lot of unbuildable lots that truly are not buildable just because they're missing one of those three. They don't have access to it, or you can't get utilities there, or it's zoned for something that does not take residential housing. So the unbuildable lots that I do see do check off those boxes, but the compliance is probably the issue that I look at when I say unbuildable, meaning the frontage required for that certain zoning type may be 50 or 75, and I may get one that's 40 or 35. And what I normally will try to do is just check off the other boxes, make sure that I still can get access to the lot. Is there road frontage? Is there a way to it? And then I want to make sure that there's utilities there, whether it's sewer and water or septic and well. So in the case that I'm talking about with a lot of these unbuildable lots, typically there was either an existing home there, or the lot has just been created for years and years and years, where in the old code, it probably did fit the UDO or the standard for lot requirements that's just drafted by your city or county. But today, when it's revitalized, it doesn't fit anymore. So it's like, what do we do with these pieces of land? A lot of counties and a lot of planning departments actually got to work with their code and work with their developers to turn some of these unbuildable lots into buildable ones, because there's 100% a housing crisis. And I know a lot of the questions I get on here is like, who's going to buy that lot, or why don't they have any backyard? Well, there's so many buyers that will buy that specific home for a multitude of reasons. One, the affordability. Two, the location, and then 3, just the fact of there's so much competition in the market that there's an opportunity to buy a house that, you know, may not have the biggest yard, but, you know, we're gonna give them a great modern first-time home buyer home that allows them to have ownership where they can, you know, gain appreciation and stuff like that. But essentially, before I kind of get all over the place, you guys got to forgive me. This is a channel with no edits. This is just me talking live, raw thoughts off the top of my head. Essentially, with those lots, those opportunities are for a specific buyer, but there's still a lot of them out there. And like I was saying, when the lot doesn't check off with the requirements of the compliance, I want to see how old the lot is, because most of the counties that I work in and buy in North Carolina, the lot could be grandfathered in if it does not fit current code. And a lot of times you can just call whatever market you're in. I would advise you to reach out to the planning department and say, hey, like, here's a piece of land that doesn't fit current code, but, you know, it may still be big enough for you to fit a house. So it's just like, hey, like, what can I do with this? Or you want to read your UDO code and say, is there a way around this? Is it grandfathered in like it could be in my county? So a lot of the times when I'm looking at stuff, if it's built before, or if the lot was created before 2015, I know it's a buildable lot because it's going to be grandfathered in. So the old code was changed around that time. And because of that, they said, hey, like, any existing lots that do not meet the new requirements can be grandfathered in. They just have to meet the current setbacks, meaning the setbacks don't change. Like, I still have to fit that. But if there's an opportunity to build there, despite how much is left of the lot, then I can do it. And that's what's been happening with a lot of these deals, a lot of opportunities. So that's how you buy land for super cheap, or kind of find gold that people think is, you know, crap or no good. So we look at a lot of opportunities like that because they're low entry. We know we can get them, and, you know, a lot of people aren't looking at it. It's a blue ocean almost. And it's not the main type of lot we buy. We still buy other lots and other teardowns that fit code, but I love unbuildable lots because it's always fun to see how we get creative with what house plan could fit there and what challenges it brings. But it's also fun because it's a lot of people overlooked it, or I've always talked to owners and they're like, you know what? So many people told me there was nothing we could do with this lot, or, you know, nobody wanted it, or I was stuck paying taxes. I thought I was gonna be stuck paying taxes forever. But, you know, we put our creative lens on and we're able to solve a problem, right? And the cool thing about these unbuildable lots too is we're able to bring other people in and make money with us, because a lot of these lots, or pretty much 99% of the lots we buy, are with investors' capital. So we get to tell an investor, hey, we're buying a lot for, you know, X amount of dollars. We're gonna build a single family here. If you wanna come park some money with us passively, here's the perfect opportunity to do so. So you've probably seen another video on my page where I break down, I bought a house with none of my own money just to tear it down. Well, that's because that investor kind of sees the track record we have and sees what we're doing. And he wanted to part capital with us so that we could build this house, sell this house, all the while he's earning an annualized return on his money. So it's really cool for him because he's able to say, hey, I know I put $35,000 or $40,000 of my money with a seasoned investor who's gonna take that money, it's gonna sit and we're gonna leverage it to build the house. We're gonna take the money, buy the dirt, go get our construction loan, and go vertical. And that's super cool because now we get to bring somebody in with us who, you know, just had the cash but wanted to invest and wanted to learn the process. And I tell people, if you want to get into the game and you work full time and you feel like you don't have the time to wholesale, flip, or talk to agents, become a private money lender. That's truly the most passive way of lending. And what the opportunities are limitless when you can tap into like a 401k, an insurance policy, you have liquid cash sitting. There's so many different things you could do. But a lot of those people come and put that money with us so we can go out and build these houses, buy these lots, because with the wholesale operation, with talking to agents all day, with just being in the field 100% of the time, there's so many deals and opportunities where we could always do more deals. We just always need more capital. So obviously I'm not like a fundraiser or anything like that. I just literally tell people what I do. And if they're interested, they ask me more questions. Same thing you guys can do on here. Obviously, if you're interested, my email is info@QueenCitySolution, no S at the end of solution, queencitysolution.com. If there's any interest, obviously you can shoot me an email, we can connect. But I just wanted to come on here and share these quick thoughts with you about the unbuildable lots and why I buy them. For example, one of those lots we bought for $3,000. We had a ton of trees on it, but got it all cleared for $16,000. So we're all in on the land for $19,000 in an area where lots trade for $50,000 to $60,000. It's a great deal for us. So we'll be all in somewhere around $150,000 to $160,000 on the home, making us, all in for under $200K. We'll be right around $180,000, $190,000, let's call it, and the home will be valued at $300,000, right? So there's an opportunity to make 6 figures plus every time we touch an unbuildable lot, just because we're buying it for 50, 40, 30 cents on the dollar of what the lot prices trade for in the area. So for us, it's a great money-making opportunity. It allows us to build a lot more homes. It allows investors to come and make money with us. And it's a passion project. We get to get creative with the lot find, what we put on there. And then the timeline of doing it all. And I don't do this alone. I do have obviously a business partner that I run my wholesale operation with, and then 2 business partners on the development side. And I honestly don't even touch any of the development side outside of knowing lot factor and what's going to take to get it build ready. But once the lot's acquired, once the money is raised, I'm off looking for the next opportunity while they're getting the land prepared to build and managing the entire construction process. So I'm learning construction just like a lot of you guys are, and I want to show more and share more of that on this channel, obviously. But my lens is definitely from a lens of like, everybody can do it. You don't have to have this huge background in construction. You don't have to have this huge background in land acquisitions. Again, if you haven't been following my journey, I just started wholesaling in 2022. January 1st, I didn't even know what it was. I was learning it that day of 2022. So in 3 years, obviously, we've been able to wholesale a bunch of properties, flip some properties, to now we have 6 active builds, 13 lots that we own, 5 lots under contract, and a goal to build 50 houses in 2025. So my game plan is to carry this camera around with me, document the journey, show you guys what we're doing, how we're doing it, and just stay connected, right? I appreciate everyone that's kind of subscribed to the channel so far, people that have reached out, tapped in with me. I want to keep building this community, and I'm just excited to see what comes out in 2025. The cool thing is I could document this whole journey, and we may only build the homes that we have, and that may be it for the year. Or we may do the 50, or we may exceed it. Who knows? The vision is big, the execution is sharp, and at the end of the day, we're just having fun with it, kind of taking it day by day, walking the path I think God has me aligned for, right? So I think the servitude is there. So I'm excited to continue to do what I'm doing. But of course, I could use everybody's help. So when people shoot me an email, DM me, and connect with me, it's huge because there's so many opportunities. They may have land, they may want to invest, they may ask just how to get started. And I'm going to say, hey, like tap in and subscribe to this channel, and you'll learn along the way. So again, I just wanted to get on here and just share with you guys why I buy unbuildable lots and why you should too, after you confirm and do your due diligence, right? Always check with the city, county, and the planning department, making sure that what you have can be built on. If it doesn't fit code, can it be grandfathered in? Can you file for a variance, which is just paperwork basically saying like, hey, this is a hardship on this property. Can I still do something with it? So there's so many opportunities. The best thing to do is just get in the field and start taking action. I don't recommend buying any land without confirming your due diligence. But again, compliance, access, and utilities, you need those 3 to be able to build. So make sure you check off those boxes. If you don't know how, we'll kind of work through that together as we continue to grow the channel. But what I need you guys to do, man, is please, please, please in the comments, let me know how we can improve these videos, how I can answer more questions, and how I can continue to serve you guys, right? Because that's what I'm here for. I wanted this channel to be a raw, direct, uncut, just me talking with you guys so we could have this one-on-one experience that I can't have every single day. I can't do coffee every day, lunch every day, but we can do this where I can shoot these videos, drop them, and you help me out by asking the questions that I can go back and answer. So please, if you're watching this video and you have questions or you feel like, hey, Kendrick didn't even explain anything, he just rambled for 15 minutes, then please drop a comment below letting me know how I can help you on your journey. And We will see you guys on the next video. Peace.